All right.
ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons.
Let's deliver these bad boys.
All clear. Welcome.
So if you don't recall, last episode we had to. There was like 2 big boss encounters. We had to fight Clifford, and then we had to fight a giant BT that was like flying around. And both of them took a really long time. And I was very salty.
Thank heavens you made it. Fragile's been in a coma for a while now. But with all these cryptobiotes you brought, we should be able to bring her round. And with any luck, it'll only take a few more to get her back on her feet. You did well, Sam.
I wonder how many one more times he's going to give us. You know, there's just one more thing we want you to do. I was really concerned that our cargo was going to be busted here. I did not think that we were going to get through that. And right after we completed the boss fight, so we had a big boss fight, I failed it. We had to do it again. And right after we finished it, our package got destroyed.
You're back. It must have been one hell of a journey, especially on your own. But now the whole team is together again.
The whole team? Die Hardman too?
Too much traveling to and from beaches in such a short span. Chiral matter contaminated her cells, effectively causing jet lag on a molecular level. Because of that, her homeostatic mechanisms were shaken. Don't worry, she's not in any danger, but she needs some rest.
Not her homeostatic mechanisms. Anything but this.
So where's the director?
He's being looked after in another room. Bridges personnel found him lying outside the isolation ward, similar to when you came back from Cliff's Beach. Even after decontamination, she needed more and more time to recover.
Sam, you made it.
Hungry?
It's her favorite.
Thanks.
Look at her hand. I love that.
Looks like you need me after all. Who'd have thought? Anyway, clock's ticking. Am I right? Sam's here. The Great Deliverer. The only one who can reach Amelie's beach.
You're in no condition to do this. It's not fair to you or Sam.
In my own search for Amelie's beach, I have come to realize something extraordinary. If beaches were likened to a multiverse, hers would appear to exist on a higher plane than ours. I can walk the beaches of others, but hers is beyond my reach. It's invisible, inaccessible, even to Fragile, I fear. Imagine it as a circulatory system, if you will. Each of our beaches is a single capillary, but Amelie's beach is the heart that pumps blood to the rest of us. Capillaries are subordinate to the greater whole, a whole governed by the heart, which gives direction, which dictates flow, which dictates everything, controls everything. Don't you see? She is in control. You may be able to travel against against the flow and reach her. But having done so, if she does not wish to let you go, if she wishes to keep you, she can.
Fragile and Die Hardman broke free from her beach, didn't they?
I don't think it was any different from what happened to you. I didn't get out because I wanted to. I was forced out. Repatriated, if you will, by her.
Huh.
Forced out.
So she's
Why?
like the ultimate power.
This is only a theory, but... she wants you. Wants you to go to her. That's her final wish, don't you think?
So that's it, huh? Amelie's the EE, and this is her endgame. Just so we're clear, if I want to stop the last stranding and come back in one piece, I need to go to her beach and talk her out of it. That about right?
Correct. As cliche as it sounds, you're our only hope.
I'm embracing the cliches at this
Quite
point.
frankly, I doubt even you can change her mind.
If you can't make her see reason, you'll have to kill her. And if you kill her...
You'll save the world, but you'll be stranded outside of it
Okay.
forever.
Okay. Oh, look at the ear. So some people were saying that they didn't get the ear bit off in their game, so they didn't see that. But now I guess because we did, I don't know what the big difference is, but we got the ear bit off, and it's like continuous throughout all the further times that we see him, which is really cool. Hey, Vinny, what's up, dude? It's like, it's little details like that that I love, because there have been a few of those moments where we've seen
Might
different
as well make it
things.
official then. You ready to deliver the package?
I'll be honest, that sounded a little naughty, but I don't think it was intentional.
I'll talk to her. Maybe she'll listen. But with the shape the world's in, it'll only be delaying the inevitable. Still, if it buys us time to try and build something better, a new lease on life, at least for a little bit, well, I can think of one woman who made the most of a chance like that. Nothing lasts forever, not even the world. But we gotta keep it going as long as we can, right? Patch the holes, change the parts, all that. So we can say we had a good run, that we lived.
Thought you didn't like having to handle things with care.
'Cause it was hard enough keeping my own shit together. Back when we met at the cave, the only thing I cared about was making it to the next sunrise. Sure as hell didn't care about America or the future. I was living a lie, hung up on past regrets. I was broken. But somewhere along the way, I started changing. Started meeting people that made me think that maybe it wasn't all bad. People that put their faith in tomorrow, and in me. That kept the lights on, and waited for hope to arrive. So I gotta deliver, for their sake.
Even if it means you never come back?
Fucked if I do, fucked if I don't, right?
Well, slightly less fucked if we do come back, I think. Oh, and I guess that's insinuating if he does come back,
care,
then the
Lou.
world's ending anyway. So
I will.
Couldn't find a working still mother east of Port Knot City. Kid's done enough. No
oh,
more.
All right. I'll do my best to nurse our little one back to health.
I really hope we get some type of resolution on Lou or for Lou.
Okay, concentrate. Help me look for Amelie. Reach for her, Sam. Feel her. I know you love her. You love her! There.
That's cool. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'll do my best to nurse this little one back to health and hands her off to Mama Lochna. It's true. I was thinking dead men might not make the best mom, but... Hey, Tracer Man, thanks for the 14 months, dude. Thank you, buddy.
Sam. There you are. You wanna go home? Let's go home. It's okay. I know the way.
I feel like... Strand. I feel like hypothesizing what's actually happening is just useless. Because... I mean, who knows? Who knows where we're going? Okay. Now what? Amelie's Beach. We have no Odra deck. We have nothing. We have no map. We have nothing. We have literally nothing. Should I be going into this water? Like wandering aimlessly out here feels kind of bad. Maybe we'll stay along the beach. Tired already. Oh. Okay. I didn't do that.
London Bridge is falling down.
There it is again.
Falling down. Falling down. London Bridge is falling down.
AK Junga, welcome, dude.
The last stranding has already begun.
Amelie?
Sounds more like Mom.
You're too late. What took you so long?
Your voice.
You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
Okay.
Sam. I knew you'd come back.
Oh, what?
Sam, listen to me.
What the?
I love you, Sam.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach. I've been waiting for you, right here, ever since. You were supposed to stop me.
Carrying a gun.
Stop all of this.
Bridget?
Yes. It's me, Sam.
Wait.
Where's Amelie?
Where she's always been. Nowhere. My daughter, Samantha America Strand, doesn't exist.
Samantha.
Amelie doesn't exist.
Not in your world.
Did we know her name was Samantha?
I'm sorry, Sam. I've had to wear a mask for so long. Amelie and Bridget are both a part of me.
What's that supposed to mean?
Quiet, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions.
Because we had heard previously that Amelie wasn't real or something.
Just listen.
Oh. Because the impact of the name Samantha is obvious.
Do you understand, Sam? Amelie and Bridget. Those are just names.
Okay.
What I am is an extinction entity. So, knowing what you know now, you have two choices.
Is getting shot one of them.
You wouldn't come back if it happened.
I don't know if this is the time for sarcasm.
Be straight onto the afterlife. But no. It's not one of them. Killing you would be a terrible mistake. I know that better than anyone.
Maybe we could just lower the... Yeah, thanks.
The last stranding has already begun. A seam has formed from my beach and the beaches of every soul in America. And soon it will be inundated by a vast surge of antimatter starting here. In a flash, this world will be no more. Consumed by an explosion. A big bang. So, that brings us to your first choice. Do nothing. Stay here with me and bear witness to the very end.
Just watch it burn.
Together. With me. Until the last flame winks out. sound so bad, does it? It's not like the world has long left anyway. Then there's the second choice. In expanding the network, you brought people and their beaches together, integrating them into a greater whole. Like this Kipu. But in doing so, you also bound them to my beach. The very beach where I opened the gates to the other side. You can't stop what's coming. But if you cut me and my beach loose, perhaps you can stop it from spreading. You might just prevent the last stranding. And mankind will live to die another day.
And it doesn't have
It's
to end
strange that, like,
But it does. The beach is doomed no matter what. One look ought to tell you that.
she's an extinction entity, but she kind of wants to be stopped, it sounds like.
Which is why we must sever our connection.
That'll be it. The end of the Death Stranding.
You can't stop the inevitable. The sixth extinction will happen either today or tomorrow. You can either end it with dignity, quick, clean, and in a flash, or you can struggle in vain, knowing full well what's waiting come the finish. Those are your choices. You kept it all this time. Perhaps you still have a chance to stop this nightmare. You brought the world together. You have the right to decide. Pull the rope or cut the noose. But whatever you do, don't hesitate. I'm ready, Sam Strand. Make your choice.
I mean, in my opinion, the
Wait.
choice is obvious.
I don't know what to do.
Sure you do. After everything, how could you not?
We obviously tried to save everybody else. Yeah. Okay. So... What do we do now? All the bullets, like, were force fielded. We don't have the strand, Zach. That's what I was checking too, but we have nothing. Squeeze me? What?
I'm ready, Sam Strand. Make your choice.
But wait. I don't know what to do.
Sure you do. After
Hey, let's-
everything, how could you not?
Shooting at her doesn't do anything, so let's see what else is happening around us. It's like nothing happening here. I can't stop aiming. I literally can't stop aiming. Unless maybe I can... Oh, here, hold up. Oh. Hold on. It's just gonna happen again, I think. Kind of wish that that was like an option. Do I have to get in front of her, maybe? Oh, maybe I'll try and get in front of her.
I'm ready, Sam Strand. Make your choice.
Instead of shooting her in the back?
Wait. I don't know what to do.
Oh, we've heard this before. Like, what? Oh, I can grab her.
I'm here for you. Always. Like you were for me.
Oh, shit. I was actually going to, like, for a swing, but we just, we grabbed her instead. Okay, okay.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. When you're all grown up, you'll need it to make us whole again. And when the time comes, you'll have to stop me. You are the only one who can. Promise you'll remember.
Oh, okay.
Sam, I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
I remember. You knew. You always knew.
I did and I didn't.
That seems like a pretty big
So
thing to
many
forget.
dreams of the future. I didn't know which ones to trust. Which is why I decided to share them with you and the others. But to connect the dots, to make sense of everything, you need perspective. You need time. Time has no meaning to me. I am not a line. I am a single point. Which is why all I could do was just show you the choices and let you decide.
Our nightmares are your dreams.
You found the common thread, the strand that links them together. And you did that the only way possible. To live life one day at a time. Thank you, Sam. A gun won't help you here.
We've noticed. Thanks.
But it still has a role to play. It was the bonds between people that brought the world together. And if that is what matters most to you, then I will stay here on this beach, and I will shut myself myself in and the rest of you out.
Shut yourself in. Come on.
Once the last stranding starts, it can't be stopped. I can't go with you. All I can do is try to spare you the worst.
Why do you have to stay on the beach?
Sam, I am the beach. And I must stay here and ensure that the extinction happens. Even if it takes tens or hundreds of
So she needs to constantly initiate this extinction event? Is that what she's saying?
That's what an EE does.
Yeah. Even though she doesn't want to.
My job. None of this would have happened. But I couldn't take it anymore. I got so tired of waiting, and I figured that no one would blame me if I just got it all over with. So that's what I did.
Sounds like hell.
But you and the others came together, connected. And you may be living on borrowed time, but you still have hope. Before each of the Big Five, life rebelled. They fought back, evolved in order to survive. The extinction isn't just an ending. It's an opportunity. And if I have to pay the price for that, to be the sacrifice, then so be it.
I'm not so sure that I buy the whole extinction's an opportunity
And if
thing.
we aren't together, we will always be connected. Goodbye, Sam.
Oh. I think she's going for Big Bang, like spread star matter brings new life thingy. Yeah, I guess. Because with each of those extinctions comes like a new era or what have you. That's fair. Oh, that's trippy. Or like black and white. That's the photo we saw previously.
A gun won't help you here. But it still has a role to play.
What does she mean by that? Make a decision and bring this to the end. Okay. Decision. Air quotes. We don't have access to...
I was wrong, okay?
I can call out still.
God damn it! Amelie! Anybody hear me?
I don't think we need to look for the gun. We have it on us.
God damn it! Amelie!
We see any other strands coming down? Yeah, everywhere.
Amelie.
Want to see if we can go and check out anything. Maybe it's just, I kind of have a feeling like with the credits rolling, we're just going to kind of be wandering until that's done. That would be my guess, but I don't know. There's something we need to find or look for. That noise. This seems to be like the only patch of green in the area. See grayscale for a reason. Yeah, see, like there we go.
Quiet, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions. When you were young, you used to have bad dreams. You cried about them all the time. The truth is, those weren't your dreams. They were mine. For as long as I can remember, I've dreamt of the beach. Not just while sleeping, in my waking hours too. In my dreams, I watched the world end so many times. Countless past extinctions that decimated life on this planet. Again, and again, and again. At first, I didn't understand what I was seeing or why. And that wasn't the worst of it. There were other, more terrible dreams. Dreams of death and destruction. Of a massive extinction to come. Like this one. And I would always be the one to end it all. To bring about the last stranding. As I have today.
So us being like black and white here is symbolizing that we have gone with the option of not saving her, but like not killing her, which would have resulted, if we would have killed her, we would have saved everybody else. I think the extinction has happened and we're now trapped on the beach, right? Hey Mason, welcome back, man. I think that it's signifying that we're trapped here, if I had to guess. It did say that even if he saved the world from extinction, he would get stranded, but yeah. Yeah, so I think that's what happened, but I don't know. It looks like we're gonna have to go through these little, these bits of credits, and then she'll probably stop us and tell us more. Is this our beach? Because I thought we were gonna get trapped on her beach, or actually her beach was like on another plane, Hartman was saying, right? And was like kind of the conduit for all of the other beaches or something.
The first operation.
So maybe this is our beach.
I was only 20.
But she made the decision to put us here then, I think, right?
I opened my eyes and found myself on the beach.
Oh, hello. See, when she's switching between these red and gray dresses.
I was back in the hospital bed. I was split across two worlds. Bridget, my Ha in that one. Amelie, my Ka.
Yeah, okay.
In this. Somehow, the two of us managed to coexist. Soon,
okay,
our ages began to diverge. Bridget's body got older, while the beach kept Amelie's the same. So I came up with a story. I told people that Amelie was my daughter. A daughter with a debilitating condition and an absent father. Look. Amelie.
And it worked wonderfully.
Is French for soul. A soul that's a lie.
Oh,
there
shit.
was no Amelie. Only me and the beach.
Oh, that's really cool. I love
thought
that.
It was a curse in the beginning. But later, I started thinking, maybe I can use this. I tried to find out more about the beach. Because understanding the beach had to be the key to interpreting my visions of the future.
I love that. Is the word for soul, and then leave or lie. Oh, that's really cool. I wonder if... I'm sure some people picked up on that earlier. But I don't know. That... To pick up on something like that, being able to identify, yeah, you'd say like is soul, but then I don't know if you put that together, it's like soul and lie. Kind of neat. Yeah, and everybody's names are all over the place, right? And then we have like Sam, Bridget, Amelie, which is like, I guess you can consider Bridget, like the spelling of her name, I don't think is like the way a French person would necessarily spell it. You have somebody named Amelie, which is definitely French. See, oh, it just keeps bringing us back to this spot. Let's run. Oh, never mind. Okay. I think it just repeats no matter which way we go. Oh, we can't do anything. Anytime we can access our inventory and stuff, you'll see that little icon in the bottom left with the 4 directions. But we can't do anything. No, the gun wasn't dropped in the water. We picked it up. The gun's on our hip there.
The beach was connected to the world of the dead, which meant that somewhere out beyond it were the memories of time itself, including those of every organism that had ever lived. 4.6 billion years of biological history, a history that might even stretch back to the creation of the universe. The chiral network and everything that followed was born from my pursuit of that knowledge. By passing data through the beach, we were unbound by the restrictions of time. Simulations that would have taken years or more were simple and effortless.
Yeah, see that kind of stuff? That's cool.
Everything that the Earth had lost and forgotten could be reconstructed and reclaimed. But shortly after we began our research, America saw its first void out. I thought I was running out of time, that my nightmares were becoming a reality. So I raced to complete the chiral network as quickly as possible. The past held all the answers. If only I could find a way to piece them together. A network that bridged our world and the beach. That might do it, I believed. So I started researching bridge babies, children bound to the world of the dead.
Okay.
What causes an extinction entity to come into being? What was the reason for the previous 5 mass extinctions? The answers to those questions would tell me how to stop the 6th. I founded bridges, more determined than ever to build a chiral network that would cover all of America. But the longer I fought my war against the inevitable, the weaker I became. My Ha had cancer. The beach's punishment, maybe, for not playing along like a good little EE. And then, just like that, my Ha was gone. I couldn't finish what I'd started. So, I asked you to do it for me. And you did. You helped us complete the network. Helped us to reclaim everything the universe experienced from its inception to this moment. Every mystery was ours to solve. Like this one. Once, there was an explosion. A big bang that gave birth to time and space. Thing is, it was more like a big fluke. All that matter and antimatter should have canceled itself out, leaving nothing. But somehow a tiny speck of matter survived. Just enough. Enough to make this world and everything in it. A world that shouldn't be, a world out of balance. Order inevitably gives way to chaos. Everything that lives must inevitably die. It's like the universe is trying to return us to the nothing we came from. Maybe the Big Five were its best attempts to finish us off. But somehow, life always managed to survive just enough. Enough to thumb its nose at the will of the cosmos. You know, I'm starting to think that extinction might be the key to overcoming total annihilation. It forces life to fight to survive, to endure, to exist. That's why the Big Five ultimately rekindled life instead of extinguishing it. From the ashes of the dead rise the living. Stronger and wiser. Inheritors of the legacy of existence itself. They defy the universe and refuse to surrender. They say, we're just getting started. Extinction is an opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. So, I have a question. How is it that she, I don't know if this is the right way to ask this question, but how is it that she became an extinction entity? Like, was she born normally and grew up and then was like, oh, I'm an extinction entity? Or did she come here like this from somewhere? Or like, that's really weird. So she was always an EE. I'm fine with that. But did she just like show up in this world from her beach as like a grown woman? Or was she born an EE and then maybe didn't know what that was until later? Must have happened during operation. Okay. She discovered it in surgery with her dreams. Jackie says none of that is explained. She's like a god? Is she though? She's more of like a... She's more of like somebody doing a god's work, I think. Because the way that she talks about the beach... she made a comment about the beach doing something. And it sounds like the beach is what's ultimately in control. An entity. A goddess. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. During her first operation, Ha and Ka split and Ha got stranded on the beach. Okay. Or like a program from the Matrix. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see where it goes. I actually appreciate that it gives you some time in between the these little bits to kind of digest stuff as a player. But I would like for it to maybe give us something to, do out here instead of wandering aimlessly. Could have used a bit of low roar for this. Yeah, exactly. Tried to understand our own nature, build the network, end life, same plan. Yeah, that's good. That's, I think, a fair way of looking at it, Banco. When we need to clear our head, we simply must climb. And we're down again. How did Amelie return Sam in the past when he was younger? She, I'm not sure I totally understand, Furious. That was more of like a flashback showing that when he was a child, she told him that he would need to stop her and to remember that. But I don't think that we had seen that previously. It's kind of weird that it gets brought up now. It's like, oh yeah, remember I did tell you this.
I pulled the trigger twice that day. I knew at once I'd made a mistake. I found your beach and looked everywhere for you. Sam. There you are.
Yeah, well, this might explain some things. When we saw that baby crying scene on the beach, this is that moment from the other perspective, I guess. Notice he's like, he's the same color as us too. Feed him.
You want to go home? Let's go home. I wanted to set you free from death once and for all. It's okay. I know the way. But in doing so, I upset the fundamental balance between life and death. I just wanted to save you.
Can you repatriate even if you're a baby? Like, does it just happen automatically?
I am an extinction entity. It's my fate to lead our species to extinction. But that moment, you became part of that fate. You became a repatriate, and dooms started spreading my nightmares to others throughout the world. It was me that got you and everyone with dooms into this.
Yeah.
Not long after, the Death Stranding occurred. The dead clung to our world, and BTs used my beach to cross over and devour them, triggering more void outs. A catalyst that would set the world on a path to extinction. It was my duty to serve as a sacrifice, to wait and watch it unfold from this beach. That, or hasten the last stranding and end this slow death. Given these, my only options, I chose to end it quickly. But to trigger the last stranding, I needed you, a part of me. Here too. I would be able to witness extinction consummated with you by my side. But now that you're here, there's another choice. You can cut me off. An EE doesn't have that option for itself. But in my nightmares, I saw another future. One that you chose.
And this is maybe where the gun comes in, but...
One where extinction is hope. against total annihilation.
You want to see up in the sky? Anything specific you want to see? Mostly just clouds. There's some strands, but... I'm curious to see what happens if we go in. Oh, just throws us back. So because of her finding us and bringing us into the world, that's the catalyst that set off the dooms and everybody being able, or not everybody, but some people being able to develop dooms, which was a catalyst for the whole extinction event taking place. Still can't like use the gun or anything. So Amelie was the soul of young Bridget who wanted a baby going... Dead baby Sam soul on the beach and made him a repatriate, yes. And then that set everything in motion, it seems. Are there 5 strands in the sky? No, there's more. There's tons. Baby Sam was blue, which they said a long time ago blue is the color of death, so adult Sam is dead now. Yeah, I think we're definitely dead. Trapped on our beach. But that was, my understanding was that was going to happen if we stopped Amelie from causing the extinction. But from what I saw there, we didn't stop her. We kind of like let her do it. I think that's where I'm at. Was Hartman also blue? I actually didn't see that. When was he blue, Neko? Did you enjoy your time with the game? Overall, the story was solid for me. Even after beating it weeks later, the story after beating it weeks later, the story lingers in my mind. I really like it, yeah. I don't know if... I feel like we might get more still. More explanation, but maybe not. Maybe we're left with this, where we're at. But I really enjoyed it, yeah. The story was a little bit, like, It took some turns that I was like, okay. Obviously, you have to suspend a little bit of disbelief and just buy into the world and what's possible to happen. It's not over yet. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting as well. This is a pretty epic shot, though. Let's be honest. Is this our final episode thumbnail right here? I think so. Took pictures on that rock too. I'm gonna try moving around and see if anything happens. The blueness is off-putting. I see it more as like a gray for me personally,
but it still has a role to play.
Yee! So hold on. Okay.
Listen, Sam. I was the one that brought you and Cliff together again. There was something I wanted you to know. You were never abandoned. And you're not alone. Don't you see, Sam? You have to live.
Why? Why? Oh, shit. See that? Oh no.
Amelie!
These are like guiding us.
Let me make it right.
Lochna, I found him.
Over here!
This way.
Anybody hear me?
I wonder if we should try going towards the voices.
Anyone? Over here, Sam.
We're coming, Sam. You ready, Fragile?
Ready.
Oh shit!
I see him.
Okay. Blue, take me to Sam.
Oh. What is this for? Highlighting the message? Talk about it later. I don't understand it yet either.
Don't give up. You're still connected.
Was this to say that we are not actually dead? And are these guys going to be Deadman, Hartman, Mama Lochna, Hartman maybe? I don't know. And Clifford maybe? Doubt it. I wonder if those represent the 5 previous extinction entities. Those are the 5 EEs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, he is doing it. Look, we're blue here too. Like the details that they have. Stop the last stranding. So we did stop her. Was that Deadman pulling us underwater so that we would have to repatriate? Orlgas says, I thought it was Deadman, Hartman, Fragile, Mama, and Die Hardman. Yeah, I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. But I think it could be both. Could be them. Those are the 5. Fragile was the one that I was forgetting about. And then it also could represent the 5 previous extinction entities. I don't know.
For too long have we lived as strangers to one another, divided by walls built to keep us safe. But now, with the completion of the chiral network, we may at last move forward as a people united. Today, we come together to celebrate the birth of a new nation. A new nation for a new world. The United Cities of America. I once took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And though that proud republic may be no more, we remain. And so, as your president, I hereby swear to support and defend you, the people. Let there be no more walls between us, nor masks to hide who we are. Let there be a new America. An America where we can face one another, where we can speak our minds and open our hearts. The old ways die hard, but I believe, my fellow Americans, that we have the strength and the courage to rise above our past and embrace our future. The Death Stranding is a part of that past. An enduring shadow. A constant reminder.
He's visiting a beach
of
right
what
now.
Could have been.
Oh, we're still here, okay.
That we stand here today is testament, not to the greatness of any one individual, but to our capacity to come together. To the bonds between us. To our collective greatness. All things must come to an end. Ourselves included. But as long as we savor each moment, find joy in the promise of tomorrow, embrace hope, and reject despair, we will endure. President Bridget Strand and her daughter, Samantha America Strand, sacrificed everything in their pursuit of hope that we, the people, might be whole again. That they are not here today to see the fruits of their labor fills us all with a profound sadness. But we find comfort in the knowledge that their memories will live on in the chiral network and in our hearts. We will always remain connected. There's another hero in this story. One whose achievements seem destined to go unrecognized. America still needs that hero. That person without whom we would not be here. Now, the name is unimportant, but you know who I mean. And for that unsung hero, I have a message. It was you who brought us together. You who made us whole again. And while you and I will eventually pass on, we will be...
Going somewhere, Sam? Tired of being the unsung hero?
No, I'm done is all. She's gone.
Come on, wait. There's something I need to tell you. Huh. This doesn't bother you anymore? Well, that's great. Now, wouldn't you like to know how we brought you back from the beach? We were going to use the doll, but didn't have one handy, which is when I remembered something else.
Oh, that frickin' umbilical cord.
Yes. What could be more connected to Amelie's beach than President Strand's umbilical cord?
Yeah.
Hartman thought that's why she left it with me in the first place. Unfortunately...
It didn't work.
Yeah, she'd already cut her beach loose. It was just gone. We didn't know if that meant she dragged you into the great beyond or sent you to some other beach. We were really racking our brains. Hartman and Mama split up and started searching every beach you might feasibly have washed up on. We looked for a month with absolutely nothing to show for it.
A month on the outside. How long on the inside?
Trust me when I tell you, you don't want to know. But don't worry. We found no signs of accelerated aging. In the end, this is what led us to you.
Gun.
Just when we were about to give up, Die Hardman reminded us about the revolver. So, we tried to follow it, and it led us to a far corner of your own beach. And bingo, there you were. Mama made visual contact first. She was able to see you from her vantage point on the other side. She informed Lochna via their connection, and Hartman confirmed your location during his subsequent NDE. The plan was for Fragile to, in essence, slingshot Lou and me to your position so we could rescue you. But it's not so easy to send multiple individuals to another person's beach for an extended period of time. And that's where the umbilical cord came in. We wove these from President Strand's DNA.
So they're all wearing those, I
They serve
noticed.
as a single knot that binds us all.
Very cool.
The President must have known all of this would happen. Ironic, isn't it? The gun that set this whole mess in motion ends up being the key to saving you.
How do they identify the gun and follow it, though? Like, how does that happen?
Not a weapon, but a lifeline. A stick that became a rope. I suppose that's one way of putting it. Oh, Sam. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to give you a hug. Got something else to tell you. Top secret. It's about Cliff. Bibi's mother's name was Lisa Bridges, Cliff's common-law wife.
Lisa Bridges?
Now, Cliff was killed by a man identified in the records only as John.
By Hardman.
Former U.S. Special Forces. Quite good at it by all accounts. Later appointed as an aide to the president, who used him for most of her wet work. The records go on to state that he vanished after Cliff's death. A warrant was put out, but he was later found dead. Turns out some people die harder than others, though.
Die Hardman. Oh, shit.
Dear John donned a mask and reappeared with a new identity. But you can't fool the chiral network. We restored the old records, and Mama hid them deep in the archives. You're the only one besides us with access privileges. Take a look if you're so inclined. But don't say I didn't warn you. The president's got some dirty, dirty laundry. I don't trust him, but I'll work with him if that's what it takes. We'll talk later.
Edmund's always had the scar. Yeah.
Sam.
We totally weren't just talking about you, by the way.
I don't expect you to forgive me. But would you hear me out? I killed Captain Clifford Unger. I would tell you I did it for America. For love of country. But I didn't. I did it for her. Because I loved her with all my heart. She was everything to me. Everything. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses. I just want you to know that not a day's gone by when I haven't thought about it. Time didn't help. Or the mask. Please, let me finish. The captain, saved my life. You know why they call me Die Hardman. Because he wouldn't let me die. He brought my sorry ass back home every time. And I loved him as much as I loved her.
Jeez.
And when he stared me down, that ghost, I knew he was here to kill me, to make it right. And why shouldn't he? Why didn't he? He couldn't save his kid, his baby. And that's what brought him back. I guess when he saw I was trying to do my part for America, he remembered who he was. And he forgave me. God! But I don't deserve it, God damn it! There is no atoning for what I've done. God!
Jeez, man, that's wild. Ooh.
But maybe this is the next best thing. Maybe he brought me back from the beach for a reason. One last time. He wanted me to do this. To keep on being Die Hardman.
No. He didn't. Nobody wants a president who acts like they're immortal. And if you're not scared of death, how can you value life? And life is pretty fucking fragile right now.
Fair point.
And yeah, the old ways die hard. But that's what's gonna have to happen if we're gonna come together and build a better America. That gun won't help you here. That's her words, not mine.
Thank you, Sam.
Well said. And also talking from experience, right? As he can repatriate.
Hey, Sam.
Saying,
Been waiting
like,
for you. Lou?
Even him, he probably doesn't value or understand the true value of
Poor
life
thing
if he can just
was never
repatriate all
truly
the time.
alive. Not in this world, at least.
Rick.
The decommissioning order finally came through.
No!
Can't risk necrosis. The body can't stay here.
No! No. No,
I
no,
thought
no.
You might want to take care of it.
I don't want to do this.
You could try taking Lou out of the pod just to see what happens. But that would be in direct contravention of an executive order. And there are laws about that kind of thing, now that we're a nation.
We have laws already?
I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
See, that's cool because he's always been very much like, this is a tool, this is like
If the alternative is defying the president, I can't do that either.
This is just an object, basically.
Not me.
And now you could tell he's kind of like developed
I'll go to the
feelings.
incinerator.
Maybe. We knew BB would eventually wear him down. I don't want to go to the incinerator. This is terrible. So think about the very beginning of the game when we had to carry the body of our mother to the incinerator. And now, this is how we're ending it?
I just took your cufflinks offline. In that state, there'd be nothing to stop you from removing them. If you did, the UCA wouldn't know where you were or how to find you. You'd be invisible. When you use the incinerator, you'll be reconnected to the network automatically. I trust you'll remember what I said.
Right, absolutely. Thanks for everything.
See? Even dead people have emotions. Have to have a BB. Oh, there she is.
How's the weather?
Don't think you'll be needing an umbrella. I decided to follow my father's dream after all. Don't worry. I won't get mixed up with any terrorists this time. UCA's got my back. We're the first private delivery company to get the official approval.
Sounds like you're moving up in the world. Congratulations.
Thanks. Wait. There's something I have to tell you. I didn't shoot Higgs. Couldn't pull the trigger. So I let him choose. Death or eternal solitude on the beach.
Okay.
Fair enough. You never did like breaking things.
That's right. I find and fix what's broken. And reconnect. I'm fragile.
But not that fragile.
Wanna come work for me? Could use a man like you.
The world's still broken. Same as before.
What isn't? But we're still here. We're still chugging along.
Not everyone. Not me.
Come on. You put America back together, didn't you?
Doesn't mean there's a place for me. I've got no ties to anyone or anything. I might as well be dead. I felt like that when we first met in the cave. I still do.
Don't act like you're the same person. You've learned how to touch, to feel. You've connected with people. With us.
Everything I touch, I lose.
Sam!
Oh.
Come on, Lou. One last delivery.
Oh no, this is... Oh, I don't like this. I do not like this. Can't soothe.
Lou.
Holy moly. You don't have a map either. I'm wondering... So there's a couple of choices that have been presented to us. He was saying we could take him out of here. And he also said we could remove our cuffs, which would seem to insinuate that we could kind of just leave all this behind and go off on our own. But the last time we were presented with choices, we didn't really have a choice. I'm imagining that that's probably the same thing. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. But he did say... Yeah, our cuffs are already unhooked. But he did say when we initiate the incinerator that we'd automatically be brought online. I just want to see if we have access to the terminals here. He was very winky about being reconnected. Yeah, that's what I'm interested to see how it plays out. Okay. So we can't use this without being online either. Gotcha. Okay, cool. This is gonna be a trek on foot. Oh, I would take him out of the pod in a heartbeat if I could. I would definitely try it. Hey, Bogey. Yeah, this is definitely end game. I don't know if it's the last thing, but definitely at the end. I like when games do this, where you're on like a last little trek or something. And it kind of just zooms out to give you a bigger perspective of how small you are in this world. Hey, thanks, Igor. Star Sword, are you cutting onions over there? I feel ya. Igor was the first guy at the beginning, wasn't he? Igor, the guy we met at the start, yeah. Exactly. That's a cool little thing that he had that ladder there for Igor. Nice touch. Oh, Igor again! That's cool. Not having Lou is hard for me. I have a 5-month-old baby and all the mama feels. I can only imagine. I don't have kids myself, but, you know. The, like, immediate bond that you feel with a child of your own is probably unlike anything I'll ever experience. And I'm okay with that. I do have Walter. You're right. That, the point that I was going to make was that, like, the way that Aram and I feel about specifically Dexter, because he's been with us for so long and we have such a history together. Is like incredibly strong, incredibly deep. Can I not climb it? So let's try this section. But a kid is on another level. Your own child, I can't even begin to fathom it, you know? Pretty wild. Think about it sometimes and it's like, it's intimidating almost. How strong that feeling must be. Ugh. Don't enjoy this.
Alright. I guess we're here. You still with me, though?
Come on, buddy.
Poor thing was never truly alive. Not in this world, at least.
Well, thanks for everything.
So what if we...
Child special. One of a kind.
a BB candidate?
Either that, or...
a sacrifice.
a foundation. A bridge.
Brought you an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space.
So I like that sentiment.
You'll be out of there in no time. And the second all this is over, I'm gonna take you wherever you wanna go. Can I help you?
There he is.
Holy shit. John, is that you?
Captain, what are you doing here?
My wife's checked in. They don't want a repeat of last year.
The Void out in Manhattan. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were the husband.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This is a woman in a mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
Yeah.
I have a duty to protect our country. Lies are an unfortunate necessity.
The President gave me the highest level access privileges. I've used them to manipulate the security system. We have 5 minutes before it resets, sir. 5 minutes to talk. Off the record.
Okay.
Take BB and get out of this place. There's nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry.
We heard him say that in a scene before, didn't we? In a previous flashback? But I don't know if we heard him say to take BB and get out of here.
You were my commanding officer.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But I swore an oath to the President to protect her and the country at all costs. Now, if she orders me to do something, I have to do it. I have to. But I served under you first. And your family doesn't deserve this. Any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home. Back then, I thought I was invincible. I thought I was some kind of action hero. But I'm not the hero. You are, sir. You're the reason I'm still alive. And it's past time I paid that debt. They're moving your son to a new facility tomorrow. You'll never see him again. He'll serve as the foundation of a new communications network. A sacrifice for a nation that no longer exists. I wrote down everything you need to know. It was the only way to keep it off the system. Burn it when you're done. The rest is up to you, sir.
He's provided him with a chance. You would write it down in that situation because it wouldn't be something that could be traced.
I believe this belongs to you, sir. Now, I can't terminate your wife's life support from inside her room. System won't allow it. So, this is the only other option.
Jesus.
An alarm is set to go off if she flatlines. I've rigged the system to spoof her vitals. But you won't have long. 5 minutes, tops. Don't hesitate, sir. This is the only chance you'll get.
Try to muffle the sound as best you can. Fuck. And BB's just there watching.
I'm sorry, Lisa. Don't worry. I'll take care of him. I promise you. I promise you. My animal, Lisa.
Holy moly.
BB. BB. BB, can you hear me?
Yeah, see, like, we've definitely seen this. Okay. Holy. Hey, Lisa Bridges. We know this name, don't we? Like where? I can't remember. I can't remember who Lisa Bridges is. You guys remind me? Or was it Lisa Strand? Okay. So some of chat is saying Lisa was the name of Sam's wife. Some people are saying it was Sam's mom. Cause yeah, that's what I thought it was the wife, but I'm starting now more and more to feel like, I don't know. Sam's wife was Lucy. Check Higgs' journal, chapter 10 in database. Oh, it's going to explain it. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Ah! Do we have to? Jesus.
I just took your cufflinks offline. In that state, there'd be nothing to stop you from removing them. If you did, the UCA wouldn't know where you were or how to find you. You'd be invisible. When you use the incinerator, you'll be reconnected to the network automatically.
There we go.
You could try taking Lou out of the pod just to see what happens. But that would be in direct contravention of an executive order.
Do it. No. Are we not doing it? Yes, there you go. Come on.
A purpose that cannot fulfill outside the pod. There is a 70% risk of catastrophic failure simply in removing it.
Oh, you have nothing to lose now. Oh, am I, Oh, it's just like, repatriating. Oh. I was just gonna say he's running low on time. Oh, are you serious?
Freeze! Hey, put it down! Drop it! Put it down!
Back off. Back off!
Get up! Don't do it!
I'll handle this. I'm sorry, Captain.
Don't! You got it! You two! Stay there! And hold your fire!
Oh, shit.
Thanks for trying, John.
Stop!
Step aside, sir, or we'll be forced to open fire.
It's a dead end. He's trapped. Security will take it from here.
I wonder if that little bit of repatriating there, where we went in the hallways, was Sam.
In here! Panel's unstable. Must be. Get the door!
I'm sorry, Lisa. I screwed it up. I've ruined everything.
This room is off limits. No one goes in. But he's in there, sir. I saw him. You saw him all. Now check the other way. Go! Yes, sir.
No. Open it up. He's inside.
Move, dumbass.
BB. Don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you. See the sunset, the day is ending. Let that yawn out, there's no pretending. I will hold you and protect you. So let love warm you till the When I found out I was gonna be a father, I was so scared. Scared of what it would mean. I had to be there for you and your mom, no matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore. Couldn't leave you all alone. I couldn't.
Get off of him! Now!
I had it all wrong. All wrong. Being a father didn't make me scared. It made me brave. I'm sorry. Sorry it took me so long.
Captain, look at you.
Don't make the same mistake. Be yourself. Be free.
There she is, taking BB.
Oh my god.
What? Oh shit.
Captain. I need you.
Whoa, simmer, John.
Shoot him, John.
Let it go. Please.
Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
You told me your name was Sam Porter.
Oh, look at this. What?
But you're Sam Bridges. My son. My bridge to the future.
We thought about that at the very beginning. That's really
Without
cool.
you, I was just like any other Cliff. A dead end. No way forward. Nothing. obstacle. Looking on at the world people like you were trying to build. Dividing people was the only thing I was ever good at.
Yeah, exactly. All the flashbacks were Sam's and not BB's. Whenever we would like
You bring people together.
make that connection, it was us seeing things.
To the future.
But my question is, was BB the BB that we were carrying? Was that kind of like a Ha and Ka thing? Like Amelie and Bridget? Or was that a whole separate BB altogether? That's what I'm a bit confused about.
Is this me?
And I guess this would explain the scarring that we have on our navel area. Because if he pulled him out of there, he would have to disconnect him, like yank it out. Oh shit!
Oh God! Not BB2.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, that's hard to watch. I don't like this at all. But yeah, exactly. But we're just gonna repatriate. Ugh. This is the first time we've seen whales that haven't been floating in the air. Oh shit! Okay. There we go. That makes sense. I mean, holy shit. And it's not from ripping out the thing, it's for being shot in the stomach? What? The doll. Well, both. Yeah, sure. Could be the other one, I guess. Still. That's... okay. That's cool. Because her just like finding him on the beach at one point, I was like, how is that happening? And now we see.
You want to go home? Let's go home.
I know the way.
And because this is both Bridget and Amelie, but just the extinction entity, knowing that he was kind of the key to bringing this all together, when that happened, that's what prompted her to go and start looking for him. I told you this part was soon very hard for me with an infant of my own. Oh, yeah. I can imagine. That's so crazy.
You understand his days as a BB are over, now that his connection to the other side has been severed.
Mm-mm.
It was me who cut the cord. So yes.
A deathless repatriate in the world of the living. Should we decommission him?
In a manner of speaking. Take him out of the pod. I'll raise him as my own.
Wow. Okay. Couple of mind blowies happening. I like it. Burning the shackles. Well, we did take him out.
Come on, Lou.
Come on, buddy.
Wake up. Come on, Lou, wake up.
Come on, buddy. Oh, this is so hard to watch.
Come on, Lou, wake up. Wake up. Come on. Wake up! Wake up.
Oh, look, the strand. Oh, that's so hard.
Lou.
Oh, look what he's holding. What? Oh, look at all the other... Oh, wow. So, is this because he stopped the extinction event from triggering, so the time fall is no longer an issue as well, and that's signifying like almost like rain is kind of like bringing new life, right? Holy shit! That's crazy. That was awesome. Pretty wild ride at the end. What I like about the way that they've done this is that, I mean, multiple times throughout, we're kind of thinking, well, what if this happens? Or could this be the thing? Or could this be the thing? And chat was always so helpful, being like, you know what? It's going to get explained. It's cool that you're like, that you're thinking about it, but it's going to get explained. And for the most part, they tried to cover off like everything along the way. And say like, this is what this kind of meant. This is what this meant. And it did answer a lot of questions. There's some details that are like a little bit hazy. But yeah, pretty cool. Don't exit? Yeah, no, I won't. Okay, there's probably something at the end. Yeah. Wow, really cool. Really well done. Everyone seems to think the game is not over. Yeah, I caught a few people saying that. Don't worry. Five babies who brought life and 5 EEs to end it. Is that how many there were there? Annihilator? Were there 5 BBs there at the end? I wasn't actually sure. I was kind of thinking that it reminded me of the entities, but I couldn't count if there were 5. Before you switch it off, check the history of Die Hardman. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, anything that's like important to review after this, we'll take a quick look for sure. You guys can let me know when we get there, okay? I'm gonna take this time to thank you for taking us on this ride. It was awesome. Oh, thanks. I'm glad that you guys watched. Like, this is by far, in terms of Twitch, this is by far the longest game that I've played. The longest experience, like by bar none. And I really enjoyed it. And you guys actually, chat did a really good job in helping. There were some, we had some people come in and do like minor spoilers and stuff. The thing is with certain spoilers, it's bound to happen, but by the same token, unless you know the context of those spoilers, it's not really a big issue. So I would see sometimes somebody would say something weird and then chat would kind of go like, oh, time this guy out or get rid of this guy or whatever. And the problem with that is that that's basically like, it kind of confirms that is a spoiler. But even still, it would be something like, you don't have the context for what that means, so it doesn't feel that bad, you know? How many hours, Zek? We put in, I think we're probably close to 60, if I had to guess. 55 to 60. Well, we can take a look after, probably. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. Thanks for the feedback. That's really cool. Thanks. Remember telling you I thought this was an amazing experience? Sounds like you thought the same in the end. Yeah, of course. It's amazing. Really good. Some spoilers are best covered up by speculating something completely different. Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think chat did a pretty good job of that. There was a few times where people were like reacting and it's, you know, it's whatever. Bound to happen, but. I don't know if you saw my message. Hartman was blue-grayish after the void out when his family dies, his first death. Oh, I didn't catch that. That's interesting. There's just a lot of cool little details like that. Now count down to Cyberpunk. It's gonna ruin us all, you guys. It's gonna be unbelievable. Thank you guys for for being here for this type of game, because I'm really happy that I didn't start recording this for YouTube, because that wouldn't have been nearly as enjoyable for me. Only because the nature of the game, there's just so much like nothing. And I don't mean nothing in like a bad sense. It's just like, you know, you're delivering those packages covering huge distances, and during that time you're supposed to, you know, there's not a lot of, can't really riff off what the game is giving you. Whereas with Twitch, it's nice because we can chat, so. I wasn't really a fan of Kojima until I played Death Stranding. Best experience I've played in a while. I just wish Kojima would hire someone to sharpen the dialogue of his characters. I think that's fair. I saw somebody else, Floss above, was saying if he hired a good scriptwriter, they'd complement great graphics and motion capture. Why do you guys say that exactly? It's interesting that you both said very similar things, different ways. I totally understand why this game is divisive, though. 100%. You could tell after the first 5 hours, you know, you're like, people are either gonna love this or hate this. And admittedly, I was unsure. I say people are gonna love it or hate it. I'm like, is this gonna be fun to do? What they did really well with the delivery system was you start out just like having nothing, and everything is on foot, and it's such hard work to just make one freaking delivery. And then as you start going, you start unlocking cool pieces of gear that make your life a little bit easier. And it was always fun to kind of try out the new stuff and see what was gonna unlock. And by chatting, we become connected. Good point. Good point. The story is good, but the dialogue can be a bit dense. In my opinion, this game is created for people who do spoilers. They need connecting, but they don't get it themselves. That's fair. Awoken says there's many concepts that could be expanded on if a sequel ever comes. BT variants like faster beasts, T-Rex and mammoths. I don't know, especially multiverse. You know what? I honestly thought the weakest part of the game was having to fight stuff. I honestly felt like it wasn't necessary at all. If I could maybe justify just having mules or just mule camps, that's the only thing I really want to fight. The BTs were because once you got the tools, they just became like whatever. And it was, for me, after that last stream, I was like I was salty. I was like, we spent like 50 hours to get here, basically through parcel delivery and this really interesting story. And then we had to do like these crazy boss fights. And to me, like, I almost feel like they put that in because to make it more gamey. It just felt unnecessary. The weapons aren't particularly cool. The way that you fight doesn't necessarily carry a lot of like weight when you're shooting the guns and stuff. Just kind of felt like, didn't really need it. ETs were forced stealth till late. Yeah, I can see that. What I think about Higgs, I liked Higgs. I liked his, I like the backstory that we found about Higgs, where he kind of thought that he was like the main guy, like the protagonist. He was gonna make all these changes. Didn't end up happening. Hey Razarus, just want to say thank you after a long journey of 1,200 kilometers and finally arriving at my parents' home for Christmas. It's a nice unwind to the end of your day. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad. Hope you have a good holidays with your family. I like the jumps to Madge beaches though, so different. Yeah. I just feel like, again, like, oh, look at this. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. In the credits, it puts all the different people that you connected with in the game. That's awesome. Like you Harley Davidson. So you can show up in like the credits of other people's games. That's a really neat touch, actually. Very smart. Very smart. They definitely had some like on the nose about like being connected and well, we're all connected and we get it. They were sometimes a little too direct with that and like kind of hit me over the head. Whatever. Did you not want Sam and Fragile to get together? Honestly, to me, that was very secondary. I didn't care about... No, not really. It was not something I ever... Okay, here we go. Be stranded with love again?
No. Louise.
Oh, shit! Oh, Louise! Okay, so, okay. So, it was a girl, and I wonder if, okay, I'm trying to think back now to when he just started calling it Lou. Oh. Do you guys remember when all of a sudden he just started calling the BB Lou, and we were like, okay. I wonder if that happened after we saw that photo. I'd have to go back and check that out. Yeah, 61 hours, you guys. Almost 62 hours. Round up. Almost 100 hours if we round up. Pretty crazy. If you go back to the first episode on YouTube, you can slow down the video part of the picture getting ruined and see the face of Sam's wife. Okay, interesting. He had the photo from the beginning, but do you guys remember there was that scene where we saw the photo and I was like, oh, it happened so fast, I kind of wanted to look at that. I just don't remember if that's when we started calling him Lou. Or her Lou. I'm not talking about, like, having the photo. Look at this. Number of times BB soothed in 65 hours. 19 times. It's not very many. UCA's expansions unlock new interview data about Sam's return, some journals, memories of Cliff, and changing color scheme. Yeah, so you guys are saying check out Die Hardman's log. Do you mean like an interview? People said at that time that Lou was the name of the kid that Sam and his wife didn't have. Weeks earlier. What the hell? Just easy. Zico, we know about Pizza Man, if that's what you mean. We know that that's Higgs.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
So now we can change the color of the suits, right?
Well, look who's awake. Morning, Sam. You'll be happy to hear your vitals have stabilized and that you're well on your way to recovery.
Oh, look at that boss,
Not that it's your fault, but what I wouldn't give to trade places.
Model.
We're all stuck in the president's office, working like dogs to get everything ready in time for the inauguration. But at least one of us is still free as a
Tutorial's
bird.
over.
You should head out. Make the most of it. Could even do some orders if you wanted. Might do you good to get back in the game. You may recall it was raining buckets back when you left for Amelie's beach. We took a real beating at the time, but we've done our best to service the structures and vehicles in the area. So you know, any cargo that was stored in your private locker at a damaged facility should have been transferred to your private locker here at this distro center. Anyway, busy or not, we'll still be on the end of the line if you need us. And if you want some alone time, we should be able to manage for now. Just make sure you're back in time for the big day, all right? See you then. Hey, Sam. You sure you don't have any unfinished business?
Get it. Pass the time until the presidential inauguration? Okay. Wedding's back on with the chiral artist. Gonna go back to our shelter now. Got a wedding plan. Okay, good for them. You actually pulled it off, made it all the way out west, and came back to tell the tale. Gotta admit, I was worried you wouldn't see it through. Seemed like a tall order for anyone, after all. Has been easy for people you left behind, but I told myself I try not to blame you. That wouldn't be fair. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. You're a real hero, Sam. There's plenty of us out here who will never forget that. You guys, you might hear some of Walter crying right now in the background because the ram just took Dexter outside, I think. And so he's in his kennel right now. So my apologies if you hear that. Okay, who is it that we need to look at here? Does anybody know? I Hardman. But which part? We've read all of these. Lucy? There's a log with his full name? Oh. What do you mean? Sorry, I don't follow. Memory chips? Sorry, not log, like a document. I don't know, sorry. I'm not following what you guys are suggesting. Okay, we have these things. These other journals. I guess these are from Higgs. Yeah. My first memory of looking up at the ceiling of our shelter as a baby, bawling my eyes out. All of a sudden, the hand of God comes into view, blotting out the steel sky. Daddy. Lifts me up, not gentle, but not hard. Shouts some stuff, but it's all gibberish I can't make heads or tails of. He ain't my real daddy, though. That one died before I was born, and Mama soon after. Of disease or something. I don't know. Her brother took me in, whisked me away from the shelter reeking of piss and death, and brought me here, daddy number 2. Never really took to it. He was ugly, violent man, full of anger with nowhere to go. Tried to love me in his own way, but I don't know if he ever had it in him. Daddy told me our shelter was our world, and I believed him. I grew up thinking no one but us two existed. Then when I got a little older, I started asking questions. Simple questions about where the food came from, that kind of thing. Got smacked upside the head for my troubles, but try as he might, he couldn't beat the curiosity out of me. One day I peeked at his monitor. It was the first glimpse I'd ever caught of the outside world. I pestered Daddy about it, and you bet I caught holy hell for it. But I wore him down, and he eventually came clean and admitted there was a whole world out there, soaked to the bone by timefall and overrun by demons that'd eat me up. Occurred to me later that this fear-mongering probably got Mama killed, filling her head with his hysterics about the dead walking the earth, and the only safe haven being 6 feet underneath. Journal 25. My mom entrusted me to her brother so that he had no choice but to raise me best he could. Say what you will about the man, but he had himself a sense of obligation. Might even have harbored a measure of affection for me, but whatever was in his heart, he expressed with his hands, his fists. Any hopes and dreams he might have had for me, for us, fell by the wayside pretty quick. We slipped into a daily routine of warnings to stay the fuck inside, bookended by beatings to drive the point home. I think sometimes he sincerely believed that was the only way to protect me. But I wasn't about to go on living like that. Can't cage a young boy's spirit. If I'd have stayed, I'd have died, body and soul. I had to get out. Started hoarding supplies in secret, but he caught on. That was the beginning of the worst beating yet. He was grabbing anything and everything within reach that could be used as a weapon, tearing our shelter apart, smashing furniture, all the while wailing like a wounded animal, tears streaming down his face. He pinned me down, tears and spit flying in my face, and he blubbered on about me not understanding his pain. His fucking pain. His hands around my neck, darkness creeping in from the corners. His fucking pain, his fucking pain. Pitch a knife in my hands, in his neck, his hands. Oh. His hands, his fucking hands, they grow weak, and he just deflates like a balloon all over me. I roll him off, and I look into his glassy eyes filled with the fucking pain or a steel sky. He killed him. I didn't know how to feel after. I spent the next night next to him, my mind a blank canvas. In the back of it, a nagging voice saying I had to dispose of it. Daddy hadn't told me much, but he had told me about how bodies go to necro, pop BTs, and all that. Made for a good bedtime story, so I knew what would happen if I let him lie. Death had come into our home and turned it into a crater. His stink was starting to fill up the room. I had to deal with him. I had to get him out, get him as far away as possible. So I got my arms under his and dragged him out into the new world with a new sky. Bigger, emptier, bare rock dotted with bushes all around. Mountains, fucking mountains off in the distance. Chiral clouds hugging their peaks. My knees started getting wobbly and the world began to spin, but I knew the clock was ticking. Eyes down, gotta deal with Daddy. I've been moving at a steady clip when I saw it. Chiralium coming off Daddy, little motes of shimmering light. I was out of time. I laid him down in the dirt, but before I let go, I had a vision. My hand, still resting on his body, disappeared, vaporized into a fine mist, poof. And I felt another presence, a BT, slowly coming slow, but sure. Like it had been walking since the beginning of time, Daddy's keeper. That was the first one I sensed, but it wasn't the last. For a long time after, I remained awakened to their presence, a sixth sense, Daddy's parting gift to me. Shit. Over time, it'd fade, but I knew how I got it, and I knew how to get it back. All I needed was another body, and I got really good at making them. Death for life, theirs for mine. So that's how he developed his dooms, and how he strengthened it. That's crazy. Sorry, so chat, I'm not sure what I'm looking for in here other than those. About Sam's return from Hartman. Sam's told us about the extinction entity, how it granted humanity a reprieve, but beyond that, he's reluctant to speak. We shall not put any pressure on him. Frankly, I expect we would struggle to comprehend anything else he tells us. Suffice it to say that the last stranding has been avoided, even if its precursor has forever reshaped our world. Thousands and thousands of years from now, should intelligent life walk the Earth and find our fossils, they will likely conclude that Homo sapiens died out in the sixth extinction. Perhaps, if we are lucky, they may even find records we leave behind. Still, we cannot hope to guess how much they will understand about who we were. After all, their intelligence will not be like ours. Theirs will be a different understanding of the world, of the universe. Different forms of existence, different conceptions of what it is to be alive. These invariably lead to different conceptions of what it is to die. But it matters not if they understand who we were. All that matters, in my opinion at least, is if they know who we are here. There is a section titled Interviews if you scroll back down a little. What do you... I'm looking at interviews, no? So, sorry, what am I missing? Can somebody just be very clear in like where I need to go here? Oh, you eventually unlock, so we don't have it yet. In the preppers section? But you're talking in here. Interviews. Preppers. This is all I have. I don't know. Is it because we have to... Is there something with this inauguration we need to do? That's just past time until until the inauguration. You guys know if that's a thing or? What I wanted you to see is just his full name. Nothing important, just for fun. Yeah, tell me. We know his first name is John. Just go out and 5-star as much as possible. Well, I mean, okay. I can't do that now. Don Blake McLean?
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges.
Is that, oh, like a Die Hard reference is what you're getting
All
at.
weapons will remain locked until departure.
Is that what you're saying?
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Like the movie Die Hard reference. McLean? That's cool. I like that. That's cool. Okay, well, you could have just told me that. That's fine. But yeah, we don't have it. So if we were to do more of the side mission stuff, we would definitely have more interviews to read. But I think we're good. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We've reached the end, and we're done with Death Stranding. Can you believe it? 60 hours later. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all of the support. Thanks for all of the help trying to piece things together. This was a definite thinker, and there's a lot of connections I wouldn't have made had it not been for you guys kind of clarifying certain things, so I really appreciate it. The next game that we start is likely going to be tomorrow. That's my plan, and it's going to be the Star Wars game that came out recently. I've just finished watching episodes 1 through 6 of Star Wars for like the first time ever, and my understanding is that this game takes place between episodes 3 and 4, so after Vader, before Luke kind of thing. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about that, so I think it'll be fun. Thank you guys so much. I am gonna wrap things up here. No, I didn't watch them in that order. I watched them as I'll watch them in release order. I remember last year I was asking people for advice on like what order to watch them in, and it just caused like a heated debate. So I just watched them in release order to get the same experience as any other fan that was watching it over the years. And I think it was cool to do it that way. So yeah. Star Wars your favorite movie series? Nice. That's cool. I'm sure like I've had to like Google a couple things to figure out what had happened in Star Wars, and there's some things that get explained on wikis where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't actually in the movie. So I don't know how much of it is like extra research or little snippets from other things here and there that have come out, but it's kind of cool to piece some of that together. Anyways, I do have to jet. I have to help around with some stuff, and she needs to leave soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you soon, and I really appreciate you being here for this experience. It means a lot. And thanks for all of the support, the subs, the donations, bits, all of that. Just being here, chatting. It's been really, really cool. Thank you so much, and have a good one. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.